So in today's video, we are going to discuss about the sharing bridge. We have discussed about Wheaton's bridge and also Maxwell's bridge. So in this video, we will be discussing about the sharing bridge. So these are actually AC bridges and these are used for measuring some unknown quantities. And what we generally do here is by balancing of this bridge, and when the balancing condition is achieved, we have that the impedances follow a particular ratio and we apply that impedance equation of balancing condition, and then we find the value of unknown quantity. Okay, so that is the basic thing we do in all these type of bridges, AC bridges, whether it is a Wheaton's bridge or a Maxwell's bridge or a Wien's bridge or this bridge which is a Sharing's bridge. In all these things we do balancing. Okay, and while balancing it follows a particular relation, and by applying the relation we find the value of unknown quantity. Okay, so talking about the Sharing bridge, it is used for measuring of capacitance. Okay, so the Wheaton's is used for measuring of resistance, Maxwell's bridge is used for measuring of inductance. Here it is used for measuring the value of a unknown capacitance. And also, other than that, for finding the dissipation factor, the properties of the insulator, the capacitor brushing. So this capacitance, there is also some insulating capacitance, right? So all these things are found with the help of this Sharing bridge. Okay, and also it can be used for measuring the insulating properties of electrical cable and equipments. So this insulating properties or the insulating portions will generate some capacitance, right? And this capacitance, how much effect is there, how much insulating effect is there, or how much capacitance effect is there, we can find with the help of this Sharing bridge. So by summing up, we can say that the Sharing bridge can be used to measure the capacitance values generally. Okay, and this bridge was invented by Harald Sharing. Okay, and it is named after its inventor. Now moving on to the circuit and the working, the diagram is looking like that of a Wheaton's bridge. Okay, so there are four arms. The arms are AB, BC, CD and DA. The currents flowing is I1, I2, I3 and I4. Okay, and in the branch AB, we are connecting the unknown components. Okay, so C1 is the unknown capacitance whose value we need to find, and R1 is actually the internal resistance of that capacitance. Okay, so we know that the capacitance and the inductors are having some internal resistance, right? And that is R1. Okay, so R1 is the internal resistance of C1. R3 is a standard resistance whose value is known to us. C2 is also a standard capacitance whose value is also known to us. Now, moving on to this branch, which is the branch 4, there are two elements connected in parallel. There is a capacitance C4 and a resistance R4. They are connected in parallel and they are variable components. Okay, so in this, generally, the most common thing we see in these type of bridges is that in one branch we connect some variable elements, and why we connect these variable elements is actually we can vary that element and we can balance the bridge. If all the components are fixed, we cannot balance the bridge very quickly, right? So in order to balance the bridge, there should be some variable elements so that we can vary it and we can balance the bridge. Okay, so for that purpose there is a variable capacitance and the resistance. Okay, so these are the elements connected to the four arms or four branches. Now moving on to the impedances. So the impedance of this branch AB is Z1. Total impedance we call it as Z1. For this branch, that is branch DA, it is Z2. For BC it is Z3 and for CD it is Z4. Okay, now let us try to write the values of Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4. Then we will apply the balancing equation. The balancing equation is exactly the same that we have applied for Wheaton's bridge. In all the bridges, we apply the same balancing equation. Only difference is that the value of this Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 varies according to the connected components. Okay, so let us write the values of Z1. Z1 is equal to, there are two components, there is R1 and C1. They are connected in series. So it will be R1 plus 1 by j omega C1. So this is the impedance of the capacitance. So this is the reactance given by the capacitance. This is the resistance. Since they are in series, plus 1 by j omega C1. Okay. So that is the series combination. Now Z2 will be equal to, Z2 you can see there is only one capacitance, right? And it is C2, and it will be given by, the total impedance will be 1 by j omega C2. Moving on to Z3, Z3 is equal to R3, there is only one resistance. So it is R3, and Z4, which is the last component, Z4 is equal to, okay, yeah, Z4 is, I'll write it here. So Z3 is equal to R3 and Z4 is equal to, there are two components connected in parallel. So R4 into 1 by j omega C4, applying the parallel equation, nothing else. AB by A plus B. R4 plus 1 by j omega C4. Okay. So these are the equations for Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4. Now apply it to the balancing equation. What is the balancing equation? Balancing equation is this: Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. Just remember that these are opposite branches. Z1 is here, Z4 is here. Z2 is here, Z3 is here. So opposite branch product of impedances will be equal. So Z1, Z4 will be equal to Z2, Z3. This is the balancing equation. Now apply these values in here. You will be getting the values for R1 and C1. That's all we need to get the unknown values, right? Okay. So I'm going to write it here. So before writing it, Z4, if you simplify, you will be getting Z4 is equal to R4. Just take this j omega C4, cross multiply here and cut it off. You will be getting R4 by, in the numerator there will be only one R4. Okay, I'll write it here itself. Okay, so if you cross multiply, you will be getting R4 j omega C4 plus 1 by j omega C4. So you can cancel it here and this one. So this will be your Z4. If you simplify it, you will be getting this. Okay, now we can apply in the equation Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3, right? And if you apply it, you will be getting Z1 is equal to R1 plus 1 by j omega C1 into Z4 is this R4 by R4 j omega C4 plus 1. Yeah. So what I've done is I've just applied the values. R4 j omega C4 plus 1 is equal to, what is Z2? 1 by j omega C2 into Z3 is simply R3. So this will be your equation, right? So this will be the equation Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3 if you substitute the values. Now what you have to do is open the bracket and you have to equate the real terms and imaginary terms. Okay, I leave that up to you. If you simplify it and equate the real terms and imaginary terms, you will be getting the values of R1 and C1. So you will be getting C1 is equal to, I'll write it here. C1 you will be getting as C2 by R3 into R4. So this is the value of unknown capacitance, right? So this is the one equation. And what is the value for its internal resistance? That is R1, right? We have called it as R1. R1 will be equal to R3 C4 by C2. Okay, so these are the values for R1 and C1. R1 is this and C1 is this. C1 is equal to C2 by R3 into R4, and C1 is the unknown capacitance. And R1 you will be getting as R3 C4 by C2, and this R1 is nothing but the internal resistance of the capacitor. Okay, so this is all about the sharing bridge. So in the sharing bridge, what we are doing is we are going to find the unknown capacitance. The principle of operation and everything is same as that of a Wheatstone's bridge, which is actually considered as a very basic of all these bridges. All the other bridges are actually some variations of the Wheatstone's bridge. Okay, so here we what we do is we connect some capacitors to the branch, and we want to find the value of those capacitor and its internal resistance value also we need. Okay, and we balance the bridge, and by applying the balancing condition or balancing equation, which is here, just apply the value of various impedances on each arms, you'll be getting the value of unknown capacitance and its internal resistance. Okay, so that is all about the sharing bridge. I'm really hoping that you found the video useful. This was a very quick video on sharing bridge. Everything you require for your examination is this. Sometimes you'll be given the bridge and some numerical questions can come, or sometimes it will be the equations. Okay, so anyway, that's all about the sharing bridge. If you found the video useful, please do give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.